What's up YouTube, Paxton here. Today we're talking about a topic that has been on my mind a lot recently, smartphones and life without them. But first, roll intro. 5 hours a day on smartphones. That's 5 hours that you're not doing something else. Hanging out with your dog, climbing, painting, running, dreaming, working, whatever. These days, I walk into coffee shops and it's unusual not to see at least half the people sitting down on their phones. And that's crazy to me. It's almost weird when I see people that are by themselves and not on their cell phone. My sister and I both were twins. We were pushing my parents to get a smartphone, and what finally did it, we went to high school. They said, all right, fine, you can have a smartphone. But up until that point, I remember what life was like before the age of smartphones. It really wasn't that long ago. Boredom, you couldn't just pull out your smartphone when you didn't have anything else to do. You had to be creative and come up with ingenious or less ingenious solutions. With that boredom, there was excitement. There was excitement of not knowing what you're going to do throughout the day, and also the stuff that you would come up with when you were bored that people no longer come up with because they are no longer bored. So I decided to go sledding my backyard on a boogie board and riding it like a snowboard. That wasn't the most ingenious idea, but you learn from stuff like that. Getting a smartphone, I've grown up. I spend more time indoors. I spend more time scrolling through social media. I spend more time communicating with my friends electronically and less time doing the things that I used to do when I was younger before I had a smartphone, like running outside, playing touch football in the parking lot, painting houses, all kinds of stuff. I was interacting with real people and not through the lens of a smartphone. One of the things that have made me consider the smartphone movement and consider getting rid of my smartphone is an experience I had last week. I visited my local middle school that I went to for 3 years. I'm now a senior in high school, but so that was 4 years ago that I went to middle school. I was there. First of all, the middle school had improved dramatically. They had way more money now than they did when I was there, and as a result they have playgrounds instead of the parking lot that we used to play football in. The thing that I did notice was that during lunch, when my friends and I, when we were there, we used to go outside and play football on the parking lot, which we nicknamed the cheese grater because the jagged gravel would kind of rip you up when you fell down. Grass there instead, but despite these new and better playground conditions, many of those students, many of those middle schoolers would spend the entire lunch kind of on their phone, sitting down, maybe talking with their friends, but maybe talking with their friends and then also on their phone. It can be really sad to see. Spending time on your phone while at lunch, the one part of the day in middle school that you have to be active, to go outside, to play around, spending that time on a smartphone, it's a loss. It's something that I see in myself too. I'm no longer in middle school, but I spend way less time playing touch football than I did in middle school. And I think there's a number of reasons, but one of those reasons is I have a smartphone now. I have an easy distraction that's always in my pocket. That I can pull out whenever nothing else looks that appealing. I don't have to go search for ideas. I don't have to go start a football game to be entertained. I can just look down at my smartphone. Whenever there's not something going on, I'm not working on homework, I'm not doing something else, I pull my smartphone out. And this is my smartphone right here. It's been dead for the last couple of weeks. I haven't charged it. I've switched over to using a dumb phone. Part of a movement, I believe. Moving away from these smartphones that are so distracting, have so much on them, moving back towards dumb phones that are the bare necessities. To prove this point, I'm going to go ahead and put this smartphone in this water here. This is a final resolution to stop using my smartphone. Up in there, and I'll go ahead and just leave it in here. And this will be my reminder that I'm focusing on things. I'm focusing on living life, not through the lens of a smartphone. My goal with getting rid of my smartphone is to live more spontaneously and stop living through a Snapchat filter, living for the post on Facebook, and start living life for the sake of life itself. Getting rid of my smartphone was my first step. Now I'm going to go out there and do my best to see how I work without a smartphone. It's something that I've become very accustomed to in the past couple of years, and we'll see how it goes getting rid of it. So I will continue to vlog about this experience, and I hope you, YouTube, consider joining me in this anti-smartphone movement.
Cell phone, get out, and no cheese in the video. By the way, we're Paula and Ken Narr from Albuquerque, and we're even old folks pushing 70 and we're out here. So all you young guys, get off your phone and come on out.
Wise words, YouTube.
Oh, yeah.